Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Adventures of one obsessed nutrition coach on a mission to create a world where food makes you better. And today's episode, guys, is coming to you from Moscow, where I'm kind of waiting for my next flight back to my home city, Surgut in Siberia. And just yesterday, I was in Zurich, Switzerland, catching the last flight from Zurich to anywhere really. They're closing the airport in Zurich, and the only one that is going to be open in Switzerland is going to be Geneva. And so, guys, this episode is, I'm hoping here to inspire you, to motivate you to be more proactive and take actions before all the panic settles in or emergencies, and you will be affected by all this coronavirus situation in a more in a worse way than you could have been if you were to do something more proactively again before somebody else decides what's your life gonna be for the next I don't know, a couple of weeks, couple of months. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be. Nobody is sure. So basically, I was in Zurich in Switzerland. I was gradually getting my papers ready to move there. I'm a Russian citizen, and it's kind of hard to move to Switzerland for anyone unless you're marrying there someone. And so my papers would take me to go home anyway. And because of this situation with coronavirus, I decided to go home earlier because at the moment I didn't have, like yesterday, I didn't have any proper health insurance. And the last thing I wanted to be is stuck in a foreign country with an identified immigration status with no proper health insurance. So on Friday, I decided to go home and to stay over and do whatever I need to do while it's all going on in a safer place with my loved ones. And I got a flight on Monday flying from Zurich. I got a flight by Airfoot, Russian airline. And on Saturday morning, a friend of mine, a client of mine actually, she told me that Swiss Airlines were canceling a lot of flights, and especially on Monday there's going to be a lot of changes going on, and a lot of things are not going to be flying anywhere. And so I thought to myself, maybe I should check what's going on with Aeroflot, because a lot of flights, are canceled to and from Europe and around the world. I go to their website and I see a link that says if you are traveling from Europe or to Europe, especially starting Monday the 16th, and I was supposed to fly on the 16th. So the link said that, check this document. And I go to this page, and somewhere in the middle of the page in fine print, it says, starting Monday 16th, we are not flying from, these European cities. And Zurich was one of them. And it wasn't like, you had to dig in a little bit to see that announcement. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not flying, even though I could check the status of my flight and there was nothing saying that it was canceled or anything. So, okay, I'm calling the airline, and the guy on the other side says, okay, let me check. I'm not sure what's the status of your flight. And then he's checking and he's like, yeah, we are not flying. And I ask, so what do I do? And he says, because you booked your flight online and not through our website, you gotta call the support line of this website to figure out how to change your ticket, because on our end we can't do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm calling the support line of the website of the agency, travel agency, that I booked through. And the guy there tells me, we can't change your ticket because they're without like a huge charge, like $1,000 on top of what I already paid for the ticket, and for not for business class, for just regular economy. And the guy says we can't change it without charge because the airline hasn't announced that the flight was canceled officially. And I'm like, but it's on their website and they just told me. But he says, well, we didn't hear anything from them. There is no official paper. And I asked him, so what do I suggest I do? And he says, call the airline again and tell them what I told you, and see what they tell you. I'm like, okay, calling the airline again. Now there is a huge waiting time because of all the coronavirus, all the flights canceled, and so I'm on the line, I'm waiting, because what else do I have to do besides figuring out what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna be stuck at or not. And but finally, somebody's on the phone, the guy's on the phone, and I'm telling him the situation. And the guy is like, we're still flying on the 16th. And I'm like, the guy is the call operator, or official call operator, call center of Aeroflot, the biggest Russian airline. And so the guy says, we are flying on the 16th. I'm like, no, you're not. On your website, it says you're not flying. And he's like, okay, wait a minute. I will have to check. So I'm waiting there for another 10 minutes or so, and he comes back to me and he says, yeah, we're not flying. I'm like, okay, so can you please change my ticket? And he's like, okay, let me see what we can do. Maybe we're gonna fly you from Berlin, and I'm in Zurich, mind you, or from somewhere else in Europe. But because I checked their flight schedule, I saw that they have a flight tomorrow, Sunday, the day before the 16th. And the guy who I talked to previously said that they still had some seats on it in economy class. But anyhow, it wasn't they canceled the flight, so they were supposed to put me on the flight anyhow, any flight, any seat. And so I'm talking to this guy the second time, different guy, and I'm telling him, but you have a flight flying out from Zurich tomorrow. Can you please put me on this flight? Because I am in Zurich, not in Berlin. And the guy again, okay, let me check. Another 10-15 minutes. He's like, yeah, we can put you on that flight. I'm like, yeah, I'm flying. So, and he says, I just need your confirmation. I'm like, yes, I am confirming. I want to fly then. And he's like, okay, let me do my thing. And I'm waiting there on the line again for 10-15 minutes. And then he says, okay, I change your ticket, so you're flying tomorrow on this flight 11:50 from Zurich, and you're gonna soon get a confirmation to your email, but you might not be able to register online, but you are flying. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm flying home. I'm not stuck anywhere. So that was all done, and I packed my suitcase and everything and getting ready for the flight. And next morning, I got in a taxi. I got to the airport, and then at the check-in, the guy says, call center overbooked the flight by 2 people, you and one other person. And basically what it means is that they sold one seat twice according to their database that the guy was looking at. And I'm like, so what does it mean exactly? And he says, well, we're gonna check you in, but if everybody shows up, you are not flying. And I'm like, so what am I doing if I'm not flying? He's like, we might put you on some charter flight or God knows what. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's what it is, you know. What can I do? So he checks me in, and I go through security, through everything, of course. And if a couple of hours later, I'm by the gate, and the check-in is closed officially. And I was lucky. I was on the flight, and I even got the seat with extra leg space without having to pay anything extra, even though people in the same seats were paying a lot of money to get on this flight, the last flight from Zurich. Um, Anyhow, so I flew out, and I'm in Moscow, and because I have to fly to my home city this morning, I got myself a hotel room, and I actually was really lucky to get a really cheap ticket. I don't know even how, through Orbit's website. It was $90 for 4-hour flight to my home city. So good. And hopefully, guys, I am flying today, and we'll be safely home in like 6 hours or something. But the moral of the story, guys, if I didn't check the flight status, if I didn't read that document on the Aeroflot website, I probably would find out that my flight is canceled on Monday morning, and I would have to fly from Berlin and God knows when, and I would still be stuck somewhere in Europe. And given the situation, I don't want to be stuck anywhere but home with proper health insurance, with my family, you know, with my loved ones. I'm not panicking here, but you know, guys, better be safe than sorry. And for me, being safe means being at home, where everything is set up for the worst case scenario in the best possible way. And plus, Russia is one of the countries where reported cases of the virus are very few, less than 100, I believe, for such a huge country. The moral of the story, guys, be proactive and read the information. And if the person on the other side, even though they are supposed to know the information, like that guy at the call center, even if they don't know, but you know better, be a little bit more assertive and take actions, because it's your life on the line, it's your well-being, and nobody else will care more about your well-being than you do. So if you know something better, be assertive and tell people, okay, this is the information, this is where I got it, and please clarify it if this is the wrong information or this is the right information, because people are going to be overwhelmed. It's not like people mean not well, or people trying to hide something from you. A lot of times people, especially airlines, all this stuff going on, they're going to be overwhelmed. They're not going to always have the best information just because of all the requests, all the people contacting them all the time. But it's your responsibility to be responsible for your life. It's your responsibility to set up everything so you are set for the best possible scenario. So be a little bit more proactive. Don't wait for other people to take charge of your life. Take charge of your life yourself, and again, make sure that you put yourself in the best possible situation. Now, not everything is in your control, but make sure that you take care of things that are in your control. Because I did that, I'm here back in Russia today. Otherwise, I'd probably be back in Zurich this morning, finding out that my flight is indeed canceled, and that would not be the best possible scenario. If you can do something, if you know something, be a little bit more proactive. Do things, put yourself in the best possible situation for the upcoming things, and stay positive no matter what. Believe in the best things, believe that they can happen, be prepared for the worst, but also hope for the best, and do everything again to put yourself in the best possible scenario. That's it for today, guys. I need to get ready for my next flight. By the way, I'm in this nice hotel right by the airport, so I didn't have to travel anywhere. And I had a yoga workout, I had my water, I have my 100% chocolate with me that they have at the airport here in Russia, in Moscow too. And I'll be fasting for a while and drinking my coffee soon at the airport. And I'll be home today eating something that my mom cooked for me. So that's all good. And the rest, we'll figure it out. Just again, put yourself in the best possible situation with the actions that are in your control. Don't wait for people to decide what it's going to be. Go out there, get the information, and take actions. So that's it for today, guys. You are more powerful than you think you are. When people are going crazy around you, don't be one of those people. You make better decisions. We all make better decisions when we are calm and at peace. Take control of the things that you can control and forget about the rest. Stay calm, stay on purpose, be a little bit more calm and peaceful than the rest of people going crazy around you, and we'll get through this situation. I promise you this. Thank you for listening, guys. Share this episode with anyone and everyone to inspire all of us to be more proactive and to take charge of our lives and to take actions, being more proactive, putting ourselves in the best possible scenario. So share this episode with one person who needs to hear this. Let's spread peace and calm and better decisions. Thank you for listening. I wish you health, safety for you, for your loved ones, and as usual, till next time, eat better daily. Because guess what, guys? Your best defense against any virus is your strong, nourished body. And food is a huge part of that nourishment. That and staying peaceful and calm in any situation.